Hello, welcome. It is Jacob Stahl here on my NeatBeat podcast, episode number 2. What an exciting day it's been. Had my son for the day. He's asleep now, so I'm knocking this out at midnight. Burning that midnight oil, as they say. But no, we had a good time. Played, watched a couple movies. We watched Luck on Apple Plus. Very good, very cute little movie. Highly recommend it if you have young ones. It was kind of fun. And then we also, after dinner, watched the new Buzz Lightyear. For one, I didn't need Buzz's backstory. It wasn't even a backstory. It was just like, oh, here's Buzz with his own story. It totally takes away from the whole thing where Buzz is a freaking toy and you give him his own story, right? I mean, we knew he's Buzz Lightyear to Star Command, come in Star Command. How much more do you need? Then they give him this whole story that has nothing to do with Buzz as the toy. And maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just nostalgic about the past. Because I remember when Toy Story came out. What was that, like 95, 96, somewhere in there? Like, I was just a youngin'. That movie was cutting edge for its time. And the whole part of that movie is like, here's a whole movie with a toy line built into it. You suckers gonna eat this up and buy up all this merch. My cousin had a Slinky dog. Shout out to my cousin Ashley. She had a Slinky dog that was like a real Slinky. And I don't know what compelled me, but I remember tying Slinky's tail to like one end of her bunk bed, and then I just took the head end of Slinky, and I just started walking, and walked all the way down the hall, and just stretched the hell out of Slinky dog. And he was never the same. He never slinked again. He was just a stretched out, useless wiener dog. And she still holds that against me to this day. It's been like 25 something more years. It's been a long time. And she hasn't forgotten. So what I'm trying to get at is just let Buzz Lightyear be a toy. Because that's how I remember him. I never even had the Buzz Lightyear action figure. Like, I was so jealous of everyone that did, because it was like, so they nailed it. Because I remember some of my friends had that thing. He had all the little push buttons, the laser, the wings that flipped out. Man, like, I for one am jealous. A lot of kids, like, do you ever think about the toys that your friends had that you didn't have? Like, how did it work out that everyone kind of had different toys? Some of us had the same toys, but then you go to a friend's house, and he's got like a whole different set of toys. Like, what communist movies are you watching that you're buying toys from? Because I don't know these characters. Like, who's Johnny Quest? Wasn't my thing. I think that was a Cartoon Network character, but I didn't really grow up with cable. We had the rabbit ears wrapped in tin foil. We had to go to Grandma's to watch cable. Because Grandma had that retirement money. So we got over there. We watched the Cartoon Network and the Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel. Otherwise, I was stuck watching local TV to catch my cartoons. I think we'd have some cartoons come on Fox in the morning. PBS always had their shows, but those were for more kids like 5 and under. Except in the afternoons, if you got home early enough, you could catch Zoom. Come on in, Zoom. Come on in, Zoom. Come on in, Zoom. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. That was my shit. But no, I do like. There's something about those shows. You're there about the shows you would watch when you were little, like before you went to school, when you were like before kindergarten, you know. Because what else did you have to do all day? You just stayed home with mom or grandma, whoever, and you just watched your shows. It's kind of like how old people act when they retire. You know, they just sit at home. They have their shows that they watch every day. Like my grandparents, they had their list of shows they'd watch every day. Matlock, Murder, She Wrote. Who's that French guy? I can't think of his name. Came on once in a while. But then they'd also watch their soaps. My grandpa, once he retired, he loved watching soaps. And my grandma, they would just chill out in the living room all day, watch their shows. Lunchtime come around, go out in the kitchen, make a sandwich with some of that fresh cut deli meat, that good shit, with the deli cheese, not no cheap American Kraft slices. They bought the good shit. And then you put a stack of chips on your plate, crack open an A&W root beer. That's a hell of a day. And then, might have like a Turner classic movie on in the afternoon. And that'd probably sustain you through the evening, just watching a bunch of Turner classic movies till like 8 o'clock. And then the grandparents go to bed. And that's when you turn on the Skinamax. You're like, oh, I think I want to see some nipples. And so you turn on the Skinamax. And you got them two struggling actors doing that dry humping that doesn't line up. And that's how you spend your evening from about 8, 9 o'clock to about 2, 3 in the morning. And you get up, do it again the next day. Who's on Murder, She Wrote today? Who did it? Who killed the guy? I think I have an idea. And that's your whole summer if you're staying with your grandparents. I had those days. I can't be the only one. How did I even get onto this topic of, I remember now. Watching your PBS shows as a kid. Like, yeah, so life goes in cycles. Watch your Mr. Rogers, your Sesame Street, Lamb Chops Play Along, Zaboomafoo, Kratz Brothers. Was Zaboomafoo on the Kratz Brothers? I don't remember if those were separate shows. I'm getting all nostalgic here, just thinking about these shows. I remember Pokemon came around, and that would come on early in the morning. So if you got up early enough before school to watch you some Pokemon before the school bus came. That was like the most I really got into Pokemon. That was a short-lived thing for me. I know it's a whole lifestyle for some people, but just it was a TV show for me, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm 10, but you know, then things change. We all move on, find other things. I know when I was 15, that's when I found marijuana. So that was my morning cartoons. Once I found weed, I was like, hey, I really like this. And that was my focus when I got up for school. Like my mom would probably leave by like 7:30, something like that, to go to work. I was like, all right, I got 15 minutes before I gotta leave to get to school. It's so cool. Like when you don't have to rely on the bus anymore, you get your license, and you got like just a short window between when your parents leave for work and then you gotta be to school. Like, you can cause so much trouble in that like 15-20 minute window. I remember like when you're 15, I could smoke like one, two, three, like three at most of like the one hitters, and I thought I was like so stoned. And it's not the same anymore. I wish it was, because that stuff's expensive. Maybe if I didn't smoke all day long, it might have a more sustained and what would you say? I don't know, a better effect. But, addictive personalities being what they are, we'll just keep loading it in there. Oh, alright, so what else has been new this week? Still been sitting at home, mostly bored out of my mind. The car shopping thing kind of just ended up going nowhere, so most financially responsible thing to do is just to put a new motor in my car. So that's what we're doing. Got the motor ordered. I don't know, was it Wednesday or Thursday? So hoping to hear back on that thing soon, so we can just go pick it up and swap her out with the old Chevy Impala. Holla, shot collar. And then we'll be rolling again and get back to our door dashing lifestyle on the run. But no, yeah, sooner that we can get that engine, the parts we need, and get going, I will be much happier. I guess it was nice to get a little bit of a break, but I don't know. You can only watch so many TV shows and jack off so many times before you just start to get stir crazy. So I am ready. I am very ready to get back in the car and get back to making money. I think I want to give up porn. I think I should give it up. Not that I'm anti-porn. I'm just really tired of smelling old jizz rags every time I open up the garbage can. It just reminds you of shame. It's like, man, I'm just trying to throw away this old apple and I'm smelling musk. I mean, I don't know. There's probably a better way to dispose of it. But sometimes you just gotta go for what's the most convenient in the moment. And there's that tissue box right there, and you're already in the mood. What are you gonna do? Go lay out a towel or something. Line out a bunch of toilet paper like you do in the bathroom of a Walmart. Man, no seat protectors. I gotta make my own. No, you're just gonna reach for whatever's the handiest. And if a tissue is it, it's a lot better than a sock. It's far better than a sock. I mean, I don't know if does that even wash properly out of a sock, or is it just kind of in there forever? Are there like little souls just trapped in that sock forever? Maybe that's why they call it the sole of your foot. Because after you come in your sock, you just got all these soles trapped right under your heel. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? So anyway, I am looking forward to being mobile again. I editing the first episode and seeing the footage of myself, I've realized really how fat I look now. And I am not cool with that. I'm just not cool with it at all. Like I said, I used to hover around like 155, and I'm like 185 or 175, somewhere in there. And I was just looking on the camera. I could just see my gut just like sitting on my lap. And I was like, where did this come from? Please get off of me. And it's hard because I like food. I really enjoy ice cream. And I mean, it's painful on the psyche to be like, Nein, you cannot have any sweets after your meal. No meals after 8. No sweets, no sugary beverages. You will eat meat and greens and low carbohydrates. I've been there before. I've done it. I get probably a little bit obsessive about it, like just counting calories. And I mean, it does yield results, but I liked having a six pack, but I also like Rocky Road as well as mint chocolate chip. Do enjoy chocolate chip cookie dough. Moose Tracks from Prairie Farms. Great shit. I love them little mini peanut butter cups. And then you dig into it. You just get this huge chunk of fudge. And you're like, oh my god, this is overwhelmingly chocolatey. And then, for whatever reason, I start craving room temperature water. I don't know why, but it's after you've eaten chocolate, room temperature water is so good. I can't tell you why. If you're a scientist and you know, just I don't know. I have no lines of communication open. Hit me up on Twitter at @TheJacobStahl. It's easy enough to find me. I have the same handle on, I think, every social media at @TheJacobStahl. How much easier could you ask for? Jacob Stahl was taken. I don't know what other Jacob Stahl wannabe is out there, but that fucker ain't me. They ain't me. No, but that handle was taken, so I had to put a little fancy V at the front of it to be like, oh, I'm somebody other than this guy. I'm the real one. Will the real Slim Shady please shut the fuck up? Because you'll never be as good as Slim, Jacob. You'll never be as good as Slim. Okay, what else has been going on in my world? Went to the jukebox the other night, watched some of the contestants in the tournament. A lot of good competition out there. Congrats to all the people who moved forward to the semifinals. Some funny people out there. I'm not sure which date I'm going up yet. Still got to get that all set in stone with Dan. And I don't know. I'll probably announce it on here. Probably reach out to some folks and say, "Hey, come see me do some comedy." It's I hope it's probably better than I'm doing on this podcast right now. How shitty was that first episode? I mean, I can say it. What can you expect? It's my first episode. Not really knowing what to say. Feeling a little too restrained. I feel good doing it right now, though. It's, almost midnight 30. And I don't know, maybe some of that late night chaotic energy is helping stir the old brain batter. Is that a thing? Brain batter? Baby batter. I know that's a thing. Ew. Anyway. Surely there's other interesting things happening. Okay. I should pause if I'm like having a little brain fart and spare you the lag in entertainment. But what can you expect? What can you expect from a guy like me? I'm doing my best here. Doing my best. One of these days, though, I do need to get, a guest host in here. Or not just a guest host, but just a guest in general. And have some fun. Toss the old proverbial joke ball back and forth with a guy or gal and say, that's funny. That's funny what you just said. That's real funny. I agree. Yes, and. See where we can take the thought, make it grow. It's like a garden. You gotta fertilize it. You gotta turn the dirt over. And then you let it grow into something hilarious. Which I guess is subjective. If you think it's funny, it is. If it's not, it's not. I do wonder about my own material a lot, though. The things I do on stage, like, is this too over the top? Is this only funny to me? But no, I mean, you have people laugh. You do have people laugh, and then you're like, oh, this joke worked. And then the ones they didn't laugh at, you're like, oh, this does not work. And so you get rid of it. So I don't know. I got in this planning for it to be a long journey. I'm not trying to get funny fast, like, so to speak. I want to get good. I want to get like really good at it, and take as much time as it needs to, All these guys that we're looking up to that are famous comedians, none of them really necessarily got good fast. They all say, like, it takes like 10 years or more, like, to really get comfortable up on the mic. Like, a lot of these guys who we're looking up to, like, they're all hitting like the 20, 30 year mark in their careers. So, like, no wonder they're killers. No wonder they're big names. Like, none of us should be expecting Any of us like open micers, realistically, shouldn't be expecting to be a household name like anytime soon. And I'm not. So like I don't care if I bomb. That's fun. I just said some wild shit and to see if it gets a response. And a lot of times it doesn't. But it was fun for me to say it. But it's also really fun with the things you say that people do laugh at. And, so that's how you filter that shit out. But have fun, man. Like, don't hurry. Find your style. This isn't a race. The only person you're racing is yourself. So, take the time to be funny. And expect to be very unfunny along the way. But stick with it. Work hard. And you'll get there. I do believe. I certainly do believe. Check the, I guess I do have a clock in front of me. I think we're probably getting 26 minutes. Might go a little bit longer today. I know last time I at least did a half hour. I'm banking this for the weekend. So that way I can focus on hanging out with my son, my little guy, and who's not so little anymore. Kid's growing up and first grade. It's crazy. Really blows your mind when you think about it. But no, I want to spend some good time with him this weekend, and then I'm not really expecting to hear anything back on getting that motor tomorrow because I do believe that business is closed. So now we may want to get a jump start on getting the old motor out, so that way once the new one is ready, we can just stick her up in there. So I mean that is an option, but I don't know. I'll talk to the old cousin Tom, who's gonna be helping me do that. Really, the brains of the operation, because I have no idea. That's not even a word. No idea, really, what the hell I'm doing. I can turn bolts, and I know how to change parts out. But as far as swapping out a whole motor, there's a lot going on there that is a bit above my pay grade. But I'm confident we'll get her done. This motor is actually a year older, or no, a year newer than my car. And hopefully she runs, hopefully she purrs like a kitten, as they say. And gets me where the fuck I need to go. Also, I believe I'm gonna redo all that the suspension and there, put on some new brake calipers on the front, some new rotors. I'm gonna get some with the like slotted or the holes in them, and ceramic brake pads. Just gonna stop on a dime. Cause I drive the dog shit out of that car. I really do. Doing DoorDash, I probably like on the weeks I don't have, like when I have like the weekend free and I don't have my son and I can just work all weekend, I probably put close to like 1,000 miles on my car those weeks. I rack up miles pretty fast, just DoorDashing, long hours every day. But it pays well, and I enjoy it. It's great to not have a boss. I don't know if I could ever go back to it. I'm really trying not to. I've really gotten spoiled on just being more independent, and I would like to grow that independence and get out of DoorDash eventually and find some other means to make income. And got some ideas in the works, some things I want to do. We'll get there. We'll certainly get there. What else is going on here? I'm just gonna be hanging out this weekend until I get the call to go work on that car. And do need to, keep working on my set for the tournament, get that nice and tightened up. Really don't have any idea what criteria the judges are judging on. That's why I just gotta do my best at what I do, which is mostly being very perverse. But that's what I enjoy. I think I grew up hearing jokes and watching movies that were very inappropriate for a young child, and that really warped my sense of humor to where now the only thing that's funny to me is stuff that's just way over the top. So, I think, I'm sure my crowd's out there. I just gotta keep doing what I do, get better, and, more refined. And if you build it, they will come, as they say. Like the field of dreams, I am planting a field of semen covered couches. I don't know, do with that what you will. Makes no sense to me either. I was searching there, and looking for some way to finish off that sentence, and that's what I got: semen covered couches. Don't ask. Well, maybe semen covered couches. Is that my high note for this evening? Should I end it there? Should I keep going? I mean, that might be the end of this, because I talked ad nauseum about foul things in the garbage. And I probably lost half of you there. Like, what the fuck's this guy talking about? Oh, Your Mom's House Live, number 8, coming up this Wednesday. Looking forward to that. I got the VIP package. Gonna be getting a new trucker hat here soon. Gotta love a good trucker hat. Looking forward to seeing what all they're gonna do. It's been quite a while since they've done one, so hopefully they go over the top with it. And there's only been a few where I've had my mind blown and be like, holy shit, that's something new. As far as the heavy segment goes. If you're not familiar with the heavy segment, think of like 2 girls, 1 cup, or 1 guy, 1 jar. Those type of videos that you wish you hadn't seen. They got a whole segment of them, and that's the creme de la creme of the evening. It's the whole highlight. It's what everybody's looking for. But no, I'm looking forward to that. I believe I'm going to have some company over. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about doing something for dinner. Got to feed my guests. I thought about maybe should get some wings, or I could make my famous spaghetti sauce. And, you know, I love cooking. I do. I enjoy cooking for people and having them enjoy what you cook. It's much like comedy in that way, where you put all these things together and then they go, oh, they're so good. And it's much, I don't know, it's similar. You put a lot of, especially if you put several hours into that meal. It's good to be like, oh, it's so good. And you're like, yeah, I know I'm the shit. I've been doing a lot of grilling lately. Shout out to Frank Trandacosta for getting me this little mini charcoal grill as a housewarming gift. And I've lived here for 3 or 4 months since the beginning of May, and I've been using the fuck out of that thing, truly, and made some good meals on there. Some steaks, made some chicken. Did some pork chops the other night. Those turned out really bomb, really fucking good. You have grilled some vegetables on there, made a foil pouch wrap thing. And I think I cooked some asparagus out there. That turned out pretty good. More comfortable you get on the grill, especially with the charcoal, the more shit you want to cook. So, for one, I think I'm gonna have to upgrade soon, though. I need more grill space to work with, and I don't know. One of these days I'd like to maybe try out cooking a rack of ribs. I think that'd be pretty good. Bratwurst. I haven't made any bratwurst on there. Made some burgers and some dogs. Bratwurst are always, really good. You can't really fuck those up too well unless you overcook them and burn them. But it's not like you really season a bratwurst or anything. You just buy a bratwurst and throw it on there. You can put your toppings, that can change it up. But I think a good bratwurst really only needs mustard. I mean, I'm sure other people would disagree and have other things to throw on there. But I don't know. I'm fine with just mustard on a brat. But yeah, I do need to upgrade my grill. Strictly charcoal, though. I don't want none of that propane bullshit. I want that smoky mesquite flavor or whatever. A smoker would be nice too. Make some brisket. Something like that. I could do some damage on a brisket. Speaking of brisket, I've really been missing Texas lately. Austin specifically. Drove down there a couple times, spent a couple weeks down there. And I do miss the food down there, man. I tell you what. Terry Black's barbecue, that was fucking great. What was the place, like Rudy's or something? They were pretty good. Can't remember. I tried a lot of different foods while I was down there, and there's just a lot of great shit. Finally got to try an In-N-Out burger. That's pretty damn good. I had Whataburger. Wasn't as impressed with that. But no, the In-N-Out burger was good. Hit up a couple Chinese buffets while I was down there because I love a good Chinese buffet. There's really only like one or two around here that's open anymore since COVID. The one in Peoria got shut down, and I miss it because otherwise I have to drive like all the way to Pekin, or I guess Bloomington probably has one open still. But yeah, the one in Peoria is gone, and that's just not convenient for me. But no, I do miss Austin. I really miss the comedy scene down there. Like, it's really cool to be able to get up every night if you want to. You gotta plan ahead down there more. Get in touch with people. Find like Facebook or Instagram pages and find out where all the different mics are. A lot of them you gotta kind of notify them ahead of time and let them know that you want to be on. Which is, I don't know, that's cool. It kind of makes you more accountable. And if you really want to be there, you got to do some more work, which is cool. When I was down there, there's pretty much different mic every night. I think one night I went to 3 different mics, just hopping from one place to another with a couple guys, and that was a lot of fun. That could just be a very addicting lifestyle if I had the opportunity. Just find you a group of friends and then just go hit up all the different mics every night and just keep working on your shit. Which I think someday may be the goal. Like I said, my son's in first grade, so got about 12 years or so to raise that little guy right, or at least do my part in it. It's not just me. But definitely want to be there for the little fella. And I think I could just use that time to just get good at comedy. And so hopefully within the next 10 to 12 years, I'll be a pretty solid stand-up comic. And then I can really go after it. Like, he'll be off at college or whatever he wants to do. And I will go off, hopefully, having a midlife crisis as a stand-up comic. And I think that'll be a pretty fun life. If I don't have any other children in the meantime, I could at least plan to go after it at that phase of life, as much as I want to, and do what I can here in the local area and, maybe surrounding states, and drive down to Austin when I can, and maybe route some mics along the way down there, and just keep making connections between Peoria and Austin. And you never know what'll happen. Like they say, showing up is half the battle. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep showing up. Just keep putting in the work. Getting funnier. Getting the joke writing process down more. Finding my voice. This is my voice. These are the things I want to say. This is my opinion. And you're going to listen. That's what's going to happen. So anyway. About time to wrap it up here. Got a little bit further today. Did a nice little 45 spot. That's where we're gonna end up here. And I feel I feel better about this episode than the first one. It goes by very quickly, as I've said, and it's quite a lot of fun. Hopefully I can get my spot secured in the annual jukebox comedy tournament here shortly, and I'll maybe send out some invites to some peeps. Maybe some people will show up, and I don't know, I'll see how far I can get myself. Hopefully it'd at least be nice to get into the semis. And, like I said, it's further than I got last year. So, I don't know, I guess how much work I put into it will have a lot to determine, for that matter. So, anyway, I think it's about time for me to go hit the hey, and call it a day. See you guys on episode 3. Bye.